On your way out, just tell her I will be a few minutes late, but you shouldn't worry.
Oh, she won't worry. I mean, I'm here, and... Oh, these cookies! I gotta get the recipe from Liz.
Put that cookie down now! Tasha, dance around to Vixen, comic cue it down, blitz down now! Tasha, dance around to Vixen, comic cue it down, blitz down now! Tasha, dance around to Vixen, comic cue it down, blitz down now!
Oh, these cookies!
No! Now!
Yeah!
Put that cookie down now!
Yeah!
Who told you you can eat my cookies?
Oh, these
My cookies.
cookies!
Who told you you can eat my cookies? No! No!
Yeah!
No!
Yeah!
Put that cookie down now! You're too late. I already got the right answer. I won.
Oh, it is a very special Christmassy holiday after show thing.
Yes, it is.
In memory of the late great Phil Hartman.
In the memory of the late great Phil Hartman. Yes.
Put that cookie down.
Put those cookies down. And then speaking of cookies, Ed, we are failing festive because of Ed's mom.
Oh, yes.
Did you pester her to make these? Is that why we have them?
No. I mean, she bakes a lot of these. This is like, she probably covers about a third of the island.
Now,
and
did she say, "Here, Ed, I made a tin of these for your friends, for your little friends over on your little show," or was it a thing where like you were like, "Oh, Mom, put some of those in the tin for my friends"? Like,
it was more like my podcast is this week, if you can manage.
if you got like 5 extras, or give me the ones no one wants, and I'll take those. All right, I got you.
Yeah, I
The
gotta.
Sweeney's like burnt stuff.
Yeah, I gotta bring the tin back with me tonight. I hope that's okay.
Well, I didn't realize you had a deposit on it.
Really?
No, well, not this week. Maybe next week. Maybe I'll leave it
Right,
here.
That
Yeah, you know what? If you want to fuss with it now, I just turn the volume down. So if you want to try and get some slack on it, maybe. Yeah, a little more slack on it. And then just make sure it's fully rested in the. So, as I, you are now.
okay, cool.
So as I lip smackingly
Yep.
eat
Finish
one-
another cookie.
But it's for the Christmas season, so I'm allowed to eat on air, right?
Would you eat one of those sugar
Yes,
cookies?
Christmas season, Christmas cookies, everything lines up. You're good.
That's what I'm thinking.
So I'm gonna have one.
There
All
you
right,
go.
Bob, sample it up. So in the holiday spirit,
I know which ones to leave you.
that's cool. All right.
These.
All right. Oh, not the ones that look like a human eye. Okay. I was like, who's making Halloween stuff? Okay. I don't know. I pulled up a couple of lists. I figure these are always good conversation starters. It's one of these things where it's like, we're gonna talk about the holidays. It's like, how much do we really want to talk about ourselves? And like, how many? I don't know how many stories we've already shared of like how miserable or weird it might have been. But hey, who knows? We might come up with stuff anyway. But the first thing I got here is that I guess it's like just kind of bad things that just are Christmas themed or whatever that have like started to go too far. So now I don't know what mulled spice is, but is this a Christmas scent or something like that, or like a Christmas time scent, mulled spice? Because I've also seen mulled wine. So maybe this is a thing overseas or something in Europe or something. Maybe that's a phrasing, but maybe somebody in the chat room can enlighten us a little bit.
Are you looking at the Cosmo article?
Yeah. So they got mulled spice scented toilet paper. So I guess it's kind of got some kind of Christmassy spice smell. Christmas season.
Oh, mold.
Yeah, mulled. MULLED. So not all of these are that fucking big a deal, but number 4, it might be the most disturbing thing I've seen in a little while. But it's a Father Christmas Santa Claus toilet cover set that basically, like the carpet that goes on the floor is his shirt. The seat back, that's, the lid, is his face. And then, like, you dress the top of the tank kind of like his hat. And if the visual is off in your head...
You're basically
you get-
shitting into Santa Claus's mouth.
Kind of.
Yeah, you gotta see this to truly appreciate.
Yeah,
it.
so I don't know if there's a way to really share the image into the chat room, but if Palmer can pull some magic maybe for the kids, or just kind of throw the link in there or something. But yeah, it's a wonder.
Wow, you're shitting on Santa.
Yeah, basically,
You're shitting on Christmas.
I mean, obviously, when you're sitting down, you can't see him, so it's probably not that awkward.
If you're a
but
communist, this is okay because you're shitting on capitalism.
I guess,
but,
but
you know-
Santa's pretty international.
Yeah.
It's like, if it's Christmas in most places, then you get some Santa. You get some Father Christmas, Candy cane vibrator, which is always fun. Just, it actually looks like one of those candy cane tubes, though, that you get, like, filled with candy, But, yeah, that's fine. That's to be expected. Pigs in a blanket scented candle.
That doesn't sound like it smells good.
Yeah, I got a feeling that's like a little bit more of those, like, wink, wink.
like-
It's a
like-
goof gif. It's a goof thing.
Burning. It smells like burning hot dogs.
Just meat. Kind of a meat candle.
Burnt meat.
Yeah. Festive condoms, which are really just condoms that just have the packaging kind of dressed up like Santa Claus or Frosty the Snowman.
You get the little battery pack on the side, and it's got the little thing, and when you come, it goes, ho, ho,
Yeah,
ho.
yeah. So there's some festive Pringles that are like limited edition that seem pretty nasty. Well, one is a sweet cinnamon. So, all right, maybe.
That's got to be a regional thing because
Yeah.
I could see that, like, maybe somewhere in Italy, maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get like the cinnamon sugared thing that's kind of going around. Like I've had some pita chips that was cinnamon sugar, like, you know what I mean? Because it's just a flat flavor as a baseline. Just to put, you can put cinnamon sugar on just about anything. But then again, the Pringles mint chocolate flavor, which starts to borderline into the abomination zone.
Hang on a second. I just realized something. Did Dom leave?
No, he died.
Or is
I think
that-
he's dropping a deuce.
he's in the bathroom,
I think,
right?
Yeah, I think he's in the boys' room.
Oh.
But
Yeah, he went in,
but
and
if he
I
did
didn't see him
die, if
come
he
out.
did die, we wouldn't know though. To be honest with you, until after the show.
Well, we'll check by the time we're done here. If he's not out by the time we're done, because you're not going to want to dial 911 on air anyway.
That's true. That's true. I mean, as much as that would be good, great pod, it'd be some great pod.
Yeah.
Did you hear that podcast with the kid died
That's how sure I am he's fine.
douchebags
I'm saying this
sat on the other-
air.
during the Christmas episode, no less? All right, so I'm kind of skipping over this list because some of them aren't that really big a deal. But the last one is one of these cock socks. Basically, it's one of these cute little for guys. It's one of these little penis and ball hammocks.
That's for a guy?
Yeah,
It just says it's a thong.
yeah. Oh, and they guys wear thongs too, but usually
You're talking about a cod piece?
Yes, is that the
Yes,
word?
it's kind of like a cod piece in the front.
Yeah.
But if you took, I'm sure if you saw the picture of the back, that whatever's holding it together and pulling it down in the front
Yeah.
is in between his ass cheeks.
Yeah. It's straight up thong.
Yeah, it's a thong.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is for guys who've, want to show it all off. But anyway, it's like the most cutest and adorable little baby Rudolph head, though, that you're basically tucking your junk into. It's like so inappropriate. No. It's just too
It's
small
just-
and cute.
Now-
It's just wrong.
Does it have a sensor in there that when you get an erection,
Like,
the light goes off?
oh man. Yeah, but you gotta stick the battery in your ass because there's no place else to put the battery. The battery pack goes in your asshole.
Well, yeah.
what are you
close.
gonna-
The only other place would be your taint.
Yeah, and
that area, so-
you'd have to make a special.
Oh,
you have to
yeah.
learn to hold it there, like
Well,
clenched.
if you're wearing that, you're not planning on wearing it out.
Well, you just haven't been to the right parties yet, I guess, man.
I guess not. I haven't been to hedonism.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't want any part of this.
No part of it.
Ed's, when we're off air, Ed's going to
sworn.
look up hedonism now.
So, Dom is missing some of the best Christmas.
I
show.
got 9-1 already dialed. Oh, here he is.
There he is. He's,
Okay.
he's back.
All right, he's
he's
good.
back. He's safe. It's all
All
good.
right.
All right.
Yeah, next step was the fire
So,
department.
Dom, this is what we've been talking about.
Yeah, we were just talking about we were gonna get one of these for you, and
Yeah, I had to take a shit.
just in case it came up or anybody was wondering, So there you go.
Yeah.
But so that's that list, and then I thought maybe this other list might be fun, in which we've got the 25 greatest things about Christmas. I just feel like this is a bullshit list, and these are not the greatest things. So I don't know if you guys will back me up on some of this, but I feel like every one of these I can shoot down every one of these like I was fucking the Grinch himself.
You
Like I was.
might as
Right.
well be though sometimes.
Well, let's
like
get
I
into
was
it.
Happy Mr. Humbug himself, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah.
You know.
What about it?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying. So how about those Christmas trees, right?
Oh, yeah,
Oh yeah. Everybody loves it. Fuck you and your Christmas trees.
Yeah, highly flammable.
Highly flammable.
As
They're
has
always,
been discussed several times on this show.
they're always falling apart. I mean, you go to get it, it's already dropping needles. It's nothing but a big sap seeping.
Yeah, that's why you
Pain in the
gotta
ass.
just get a fake one.
And
then
even
just
that
ride
becomes
that out for a
And
while.
that thing becomes a pain in the ass too.
I don't know. I like the real ones. Always had a real one growing up.
Hey, so did we growing
Yeah.
up. Always had a real one. You know what I mean? And then like, just saying. It's
Yeah,
fucking. It's a little,
we
it's a
always
little
had a real
overdone.
one too, but 2 years ago we got a fake one because my parents were just like,
You know,
"Fuck it, you
Enough's
know.
enough.
Yeah.
it's a hassle. It's a pain in the ass.
There definitely is that aspect to it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a hike to go get it, and then set it up. You got to cut the bottom because that's all dry, and make sure it doesn't dry out too much while you have it. Right? You know, and it's just a lot of work.
Bullshit.
A lot of mess. But hey, you know, they look great. They smell great in your house.
It does.
you
That
know,
it does.
And
Yeah.
they look 100 times better than the fake trees.
So how about this one? Remember when you used to get excited about snow
Yeah.
when you were a kid?
Yeah.
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 Not so much
Not
no
so
more,
much.
right?
No, I still like snow. Get a day off work.
It sounded like your voice was breaking on that one a little
Get a
bit.
day off work.
If you're lucky,
Yeah.
maybe at your job.
Yeah.
I mean, how deep does the snow got to be before you get a day off of work, though?
Oh, pretty deep.
Yeah, pretty deep.
Yeah, pretty
I mean,
deep.
that's got to be like a storm. It's got to be like if
Yeah.
the boss can't make it, then you don't have to go, kind of thing. Because
Well, yeah,
otherwise,
that's how it
they're
always is.
Because it's
Right.
like I made it in, I got here.
Right.
What about you?
Yeah. I mean, it makes the roads nice and
Trap.
slick. That's when it gets fun to drive.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, you're one of the good ones then. 'cause
Especially like when it starts in the middle of the day and they don't have time to plow right, so you're going down
yeah.
side streets. And
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
oh, I'm just skimming along
is
and like,
traction control gonna work?
oh, it's like not even an inch, and I'm already sliding all over.
Yep. And you
Well,
realize,
that's
oh,
when it's the worst.
Yeah,
yeah, you realize, oh, when I'm braking it, I actually go faster. And then you-
It's like, how does that happen? Oh, inertia. Yeah, so, I mean, hey, it ain't all it's cracked up to be. I mean, lights are nice. Christmas lights on the house, unless you have to put them up. You know, I guess it depends on how much you're
That's
into
how.
it.
Yeah. That's how you end up with the neighbors who have those lights up all year round,
Right, exactly.
and then they're just not taking them down in the winter. They're just looking at them and going, "Okay, I got to change that bulb and that bulb
Yeah.
and that bulb."
And I hope none of the electrical on it's frayed because otherwise this is going to set the house up.
Yeah.
But fuck that shit because you know what, man?
You butt fuck shit.
You know, and then you go by some of these people's houses, not for nothing. Like, we drive by this one house almost every day to work, and up on the second, on that first like little tier roof that kind of comes out over the porch, you know what I mean? They have like the three big inflatable, like the Santa,
yeah.
the snowman, and the reindeer, and they're like big as fuck. They're like basically like a story tall, like all inflated up on the roof. And all I just picture is like the old man put up there, like putting them up, like who probably shouldn't be up there doing it anymore.
Yeah.
And that's how he's gonna die. I'm just saying, that's just how that guy's gonna die.
I mean, like our dad.
Yeah. Well, I was telling
our
the
dad
story.
won't actually be doing that.
Yeah,
but
well, I was
he'll be
tell-
doing something around the house.
Yeah, that's probably more like it for him, not that. But I was telling the story earlier today at work about how we didn't put Christmas lights on our house until there was grandkids. Like when I was little, it was always like, how come we don't have Christmas lights? Why can't we have Christmas lights? My mother would be like, house looks like our house looks like shit. All right, we're not putting Christmas lights on it. Like, you know what I mean? Basically. And so finally, like there was grandkids, and it was like, it don't matter. Suddenly
by
it
the-
didn't matter. Like my mother was just like, we gotta have lights. You know what I mean?
No,
she got bit by the grandma bug pretty hard.
But yeah, she did. But also, at the time she became a grandma, the house looked a lot nicer.
Yeah, about that time. But I
We
kind
grew
of
up
feel
and
like,
stopped abusing the house, and they got money together so that they could fix the house.
yeah, I kind of remember it being a thing where like the first year or two, like was before we had the siding done, and it was still kind of rough, still a little rough.
Yeah.
Vacation time is always something to look forward to. I don't know why it's even on this list because like vacation time is not really like so. It's not
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot, and it's not directly tied to the holiday. It's like, yeah, you get a day off or two because of the day itself.
Well, maybe in your job.
No one's got a vacation.
Yeah, I mean, I end up having
It's
to
not like,
sometimes.
all right, Christmas is coming. Great, we're getting 10 days off. No.
Yeah,
No.
you're getting the
or
day, two.
maybe if you're in high school.
Yeah, right, because you have that winter recess break.
Right.
So I don't know about vacation. And another thing that they say is great about Christmas time is hot chocolate. And I say, fuck you, because it's hot.
And not for
It's
nothing.
always
but,
fucking too hot.
not for nothing, but hot chocolate is really just
Cold season.
It's just
Wintry season.
water because
Right.
it's mostly water
Yeah.
with yoo-hoo.
Sure, it's
basic-
hot yoo-hoo.
It's basically hot yoo-hoo. That's
Yeah.
really basically all it is. Because you can make yoo-hoo the same way. You just use the same stuff.
Yoo-hoo's just water. Powdered milk.
Because certain things only mix well in water. Some ingredients only
Yeah.
mix well in
And the
chocolate.
milk's got to be pretty hot. If you make a hot chocolate with milk, you got to get it kind of hot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although I will say, if any of you saw been watching Supergirl, John Jones' dad.
I love how you say that.
Who?
What's his name again?
John Jones.
It's like there's a stutter in the tape.
It's a bad tape. It's a bad tape.
Yeah.
It's a bad tape.
But this is digital.
Whenever Ed says
Jones.
whenever Ed says John Jones, the tape jumps.
That's it.
The Martian Manhunter.
Fair enough.
Found out
What's his name again?
John Jones.
That was a good one. It was good that time.
Found out his dad Mern is still alive.
I'm sorry I interrupted you. What
was his dad?
Mern Jones.
That's a funny show.
And
Guess
brought
so,
and
yeah.
so now this Martian cleric has been imprisoned for a couple centuries.
Okay.
Is now living on Earth as an old man.
Right.
And had his first Christmas and had his first cup of hot cocoa.
This is the Martian Manhunter.
This is the Martian Manhunter's dad.
Okay.
Okay.
So he had his first hot cocoa, and
Jones.
that caused him to.
Yeah,
Riot?
Have this revelation of this is incredible brown water. This is much better than the other brown water that you've been making.
He's
drink
not.
every day.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. It's basically hot brown water, but that's my
Yeah.
point. It's just too hot, and by the time it gets cool, it's too cool. Like there's no happy medium with hot chocolate, because it's like it's got to be just
you only think it tastes good because it's 198 degrees.
right. And when it finally gets to drinkable, which is still pretty freaking hot, but now you can get it down.
Yeah.
Like that window is so small. Because like in another 2 minutes, like
It's like there's like almost a greasy next to it,
I don't know
and
about that.
aftertasty.
I don't know about that, but I'm just saying, like the temperature-wise, all of a sudden it's just above room temperature. It goes from being hot and drinkable to just above room temperature in like a minute. It's like a minute window.
Now let me ask.
Then it's like just room temperature yoo-hoo.
Let me ask you. Now, whipped cream or marshmallows?
I ain't got time for that shit.
Really?
I ain't got time for that shit, especially
Really?
not marshmallows, because like half the time the mini mellows, unless you get good ones,
If hot
Like,
chocolate doesn't taste
they-
good
they
as
stay-
hot chocolate, then it's not good hot chocolate.
they stay as rocks sometimes. I find with the mini marshmallows sometimes, like
Yeah,
they don't
you
really
gotta-
soft. They don't always soften.
Well,
them up.
those are dehydrated marshmallows. There's like no moisture in those, just for.
Yeah, it's like in your cereal.
Yeah, right. It's the same exact ones. It's
You're
the
talking
same
about the ones that come in the packet?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What,
That's just why I
your mom actually cuts up little marshmallows. And
No.
Does your mom take regular marshmallows and make minis for you?
No. I mean, you get the bag of mallows. I'm talking about there's some marshmallow, like the Swiss Miss packets
I
that have
understand.
like those little mini
Right,
Like
marshmallows.
it
yeah.
comes pre-mixed
Yeah.
packet,
Yeah,
hot
yeah.
chocolate
Those-
with marshmallows.
that's-
That's like little chiclets floating in it. No, I get you.
Yeah. But no, you get the marshmallows, and I'm guessing if you don't do any of those, you don't throw any chocolate syrup on top. 'Cause to me, that's overkill.
Well, I'll tell you what I
Well,
do.
you might as well just be eating ice cream then.
I'll tell you
Oh,
what
that's right. It's freezing outside. You don't want ice cream.
I tell you what I do is I make a nice mocha, which is where I make like a regular coffee and
Mm-hmm.
then take a packet of the hot chocolate mix and throw that in there.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking, if you want to bounce off the walls for like a good 20 minutes, because you burn out right after. It's like,
Yeah.
like time for a nap. But for 20 minutes, you're good. 20 minutes, it's like you fucking just smoked cocaine. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Like our buddy Wolf
Yeah.
with the
I was like,
crystal
oh my
meth.
God, who's he going to mention? There's so many people. I start to freak out inside. I'm like, there's too many relatives and friends. Oh my God.
Right? No, Future Man.
Future Man.
Wolf.
Yes, Wolf.
Wolf. Oh, how about that crystal meth stuff, huh, guys?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That's good stuff.
That's good. Seriously, folks,
With the fun of-
check out Future Man on Hulu. Ornaments. Yeah, I don't know. I think the bad thing about ornaments, I think the thing with ornaments you gotta do is just don't get fragile shit because it's just gonna break next year. Like I think people have learned this like over time, but I remember as a kid, when we were growing up, and we would open up last year's ornaments and shit, like something was always broken. Like all these like little silver balls that were actually like that fragile glassine kind of shit.
Thin glass.
Yeah, like why would you even? Like I don't understand. Like I know it's shiny as fuck, but is that all you guys had that was shiny back then? Like
You know why? Because they looked like those fire extinguisher balls they had back in the 1890s. But
it's just a ball, a glass ball with water in it. Yeah, I've seen those.
They had with the powder in it or the water or whatever. And I think that was what
it's the same material. It's
like
super fragile.
Yeah.
Like let's hang.
Let's see. Can we figure out another use for these things?
It's like eggshells.
How about we just let people hang these off their tree? Hey,
eggshells made of glass.
Here's something they didn't think of. Hey, why don't we leave the friggin' powder in them and have them hang them on the friggin' tree? This way, when it goes up, because we live in an era where people have fucking candles on Christmas trees.
Yeah.
Maybe they should just and then they'll blow up. Poof, put it out the fire.
Maybe that's how it started.
Maybe
that was the point of the balls, to put water in them, and then it was like self-fulfilling prophecy because the balls with water in were too heavy and would droop the branches with the candles.
Maybe back then
and then
water evaporated.
And then it would light up the tree.
See, to me,
maybe they just figured the water evaporated. Oh, you know what? We'll put something that'll evaporate slower in there, like oil.
Jesus Christ! Could you imagine having to refill the balls because the water evaporated? Like people have to refill the tree pan at the bottom. Like you'd have to fill the balls up too.
And then as you're filling it up, it shatters.
It's like it gets too heavy, it falls off the thing, and now it's all over.
See, I always find it's interesting when you go over someone's house and you see the tree there. The ornaments can tell a kind of a story. You see, like
absolutely.
like if you look back, there are ornaments on my tree that go back to when my mom was a kid.
Right.
Sure.
You know, and you could see the
Christmas 1962.
Yeah.
I got you. No, yeah. I've seen that shit too.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, but you notice that the one that you made in the 3rd grade that used to be in the front of the tree is now in the back of the tree.
And you know what? You know what this should really be?
It's all random.
You know what I want? I want families to put up real ornaments of real memories worth having. Like that time Grandpa slapped Grandma at church back in '81. And it's just like a framed photo.
The little Hallmark ornament with the gold string.
Yeah.
With Grandpa grabbing Grandma by the head.
Yeah.
One hand way back here, like he's winding up.
Like a goofy kind of like cartoony thing, like or just like a real photo from back in '81. Like it's got that stupid yarn frame, like you have a stupid picture frame that was made out of yarn by your grandmother or something. But this is commemorate all that stuff. Enough of these precious moments. Let's have some real moments maybe hanging from the tree. Right. Let's commemorate the divorce. All right. It's bad if I guys spent Christmas in 2 places. Let's not forget the fucking divorce. We could pretend it didn't fucking happen. My parents are together, by the way. All right. So Christmas parties are always bullshit. Well, not always, but I don't know.
Well, they're more often than disasters.
Yeah, I think people got those stories. I don't get invited to too many. I don't have a whole lot of those in my history, but maybe because I'm a Grinch. And that's,
we don't have a lot.
I don't get a lot of invites to those anymore.
Mid-level management.
Used to.
See, I've been to
in our lives.
I've been to plenty of holiday parties.
Yeah.
But nothing like wild and mixed up.
None of this TV bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like cool.
Yeah.
And never have a story.
Did you guys ever see Office Christmas Party?
I never saw that. That looked insane, though. For the
it is quite entertaining, to say the least. Like, it's not good, but it's pretty fucking entertaining.
It's like Final Destination. It's like crazy shit just keeps happening, so I'm watching.
It's better than that. It's better than that.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Final Destination can be fun.
To me, also the idea that T.J. Miller is Jennifer Aniston's brother. I couldn't make that.
I didn't know where you were gonna go, but the fact that he was her anything.
Yeah, I couldn't make that leap.
Nah, well, I don't blame you. I mean, the hairstyles are so different. All right, so ugly Christmas sweaters. Like, I'm kind of annoyed. I'm done with that. Like, I was never into it, but like now that it's like the ironic trend, like instead of it being like a genuine thing where you would find a Christmas sweater that happened to be really ugly. Now you could just find sweaters that are intentionally made ugly.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, what's the fine line? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like if there's an ugly Christmas sweater party contest, thing going on, like I'd be voting for the persons whose shirts seem the most likely to like turn up as a gift from their grandmother. Like, not this ironic bullshit. Oh, look, it's a weird sweater of Rudolph. Like, I don't know, taking a shit or something. Like, you know what I mean? Or whatever.
What you got to do is you got to get a black, really furry sweater, and then have an image done on it that's all just flat black outline. Do a whole Christmas scene like that so that you can't really see it.
Okay, black on black.
Right, and then just say, this is, dumbass, this is my Christmas shirt. You know what I mean?
I guess. It's
Just-
as bad as anything else.
Right, I mean, just make a statement about it,
Yeah, but I agree with it. The second like you actually had ugly Christmas sweater companies, to me
Yeah.
that's when that went away.
It's
That's
like
when we lost it.
the trend kind of like lost its like
Yeah.
realness, and it's like that's like everything nowadays
Yeah.
too. It's like you probably have like just a short window where like that first year it's a thing, is the last time it's going to be
Yeah.
like a genuine thing.
Well, plus it's
Like,
also
you know what I mean?
like that's the fun part with like kitsch art is like you see the intention of something that,
Right.
that could have been interesting, that could have been cool.
And then everybody
and-
got into it,
Yeah.
and everybody wanted to do it. Everybody wanted to be in on
Oh,
it
no,
in
no,
that moment.
I'm just talking about like a piece of bad art.
Right.
You see the intention, like, oh, the person who made
right,
this
yes, has no idea it's bad art.
wanted it to look
Yes.
nice.
Yeah, right. It's
And then somehow it got boring.
it's the room. It's the room.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the lesson of the disaster artist, right?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
the unintentional brilliance of this other angle this thing ended up at, which was not intended.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
I would love to one day meet the Ed Wood of Christmas sweater designers.
I thought you were going to say croissants. Like, I didn't know where you were going with that. All right.
I wouldn't mind meeting the Ed Wood of croissants.
It would look like shit, but probably be interesting.
Like little spaceships on strings.
So, like this whole, how about, they put on this list, that's another great thing about Christmas, but it's kind of like the pretentious thing about, like, presents. All right? That's like the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we always pretend it's like, it shouldn't be about the presents, but it's like really is all about the presents. And secretly, we all kind of like love getting something,
Yeah, if it wasn't all about the presents, there wouldn't be a whole fucking 3 months dedicated to getting people to buy shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
that, that whole season, that's like shit. Starts in August now, probably.
Who doesn't
Really?
get presents?
I think Crazy Eddie started that.
Yeah.
Crazy Eddie's crazy prices.
They're insane.
There you go.
Reflex.
And then he took all the money into Israel.
There you go. Crazy Eddie Antar.
Our friends in Israel hid him from us.
So,
All right, sorry. I know that was bordering on politics, Bill.
No. I froze because I was trying to remember fucking Crazy Eddie's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
TVs, radios, electronics, blenders. Like the rattle off that he would do at the end of the
Yeah.
commercial.
No, Ben Affleck.
prices are insane.
Insane.
Yeah, I know. Ben Affleck explained the whole thing in The Accountant. It was breathtaking.
Yeah, it was interesting to see a Crazy Eddie fucking reference in a movie. It's almost like when I'm going to watch Purge 4 now, and it's
Yeah.
literally called The
Well,
Island.
from what I understand, he is now a lesson in accounting classes and
Oh, yeah.
and legal like accounting law and stuff like
Yes,
that.
yeah, I believe it. Sure. Okay, how about all those damn Christmas treats? We're having cookies right now. I mean, great. But yeah, like candy canes sucked. Like, I don't know. I'm not.
No?
Yeah, it's an old school thing that's still around. That's really what it is.
And I think it's a kid's thing, really. Like, I mean, like,
I don't like
You like
candy
candy
canes.
I might have like if you had candy canes, what do you have? Are you having more than one during the Christmas
no,
season?
No,
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's the thing. You take a candy cane and like over the course of an evening, you'll work on it.
Yeah, you make it into
You-
a fine point,
Yeah, no.
and you jab your friend.
Yeah, you start off holding it like it's a stovepipe,
Right.
you know?
And then it cracks.
And you got this little thing, and then all of a sudden it's twirling around.
Yeah.
Then you got this little horseshoe by the end.
Right. But one end's
Yeah.
like a prison
And
shank.
you never finish it.
no, it always gets thrown out or left somewhere.
Or along the way of twirling it, it's now broken into 3 pieces, and you've either got 2 pieces in your hand getting sticky,
Yeah.
or you've got all 3 pieces in your mouth, and you're trying to look like you only got 1 in there, but every time you move it around, everything rattles, and everyone knows you
It's
got.
like having your teeth rolling around in it too. It's like, what are
Yeah.
these porcelain chips?
Yeah, and my mom always gets the peppermint ones, but my grandma used to get these blue ones that were like a fruit
seen
flavor.
I'm not doing it, so don't ask. But I saw that I saw a video where it's they got these crazy flavor candy canes, which is like chili pepper and fucking mint, fucking this and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a thing where it's like, oh, we could do a bit,
Yeah.
but I watched somebody do the bit, and it's like they just like. It's not even. It doesn't even taste like the stuff that it's supposed to taste like. It was one of those. It's like, all right, well, because I was watching it for a minute, like, oh, maybe, and then like it kind of just deteriorated.
I mean, like those wax straws that we used to have when we were kids with the drink in it. Remember that? And it tasted like crap. It was like the worst garbage.
Yeah. It was like worse than a quarter drink.
Yeah, it was like and it was like, gee, this is gonna taste delicious because it's sitting in a wax tube.
This is safe. This is smart eating.
Yeah, it's not even like real
Yeah.
sugar. It's probably like all
It's
saccharine.
just,
it was
it's
like
just pure syrup.
yeah.
It's pure syrup. That stuff. Ugh.
Tastes like cleaning fluid with sugar in it.
So yeah, so they got treats on this list. Is a great thing for around the Christmas time. Stockings, I guess, just hung by the chimney with care. And are they really?
I've had the same stockings.
Probably
since
because
I
people
was
were washing them the night that day, and they had to hang them up somewhere where it was going to get dry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's. I'm sure that's where it started.
I mean, that's what they say in the Rankin Bass movie.
What, that on the way out?
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to figure out another way to get them presents since, they were stealing them all from under the tree. Because
Is that what the story is on that?
remember Burgermeister?
I never saw this movie.
You never saw Santa Claus is coming to town?
I don't
Stop
think
motion
so.
animation?
Yeah, he ended up going to the next town
Is this the
every
one
night
where Frosty pops
and
up?
selling himself.
No.
No, this
that's-
is Jack
that's-
Frost, right?
That's later. No, this
not
is
not Jack Frost. I
this
mean,
is Santa Claus.
Santa,
With the
yeah.
little girl, right?
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
Sally.
Yeah.
Or
Remember,
something
remember
like
the snowman with the plaid vest,
Yeah,
the red and black,
win-
the red and black winter vest.
the
He was-
Winter Warlock. That
The
was
Winter
like-
Warlock. That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
The Winter
Okay.
Warlock.
Okay.
Yeah, the Winter
Okay.
Warlock.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen these.
Mickey
Yeah.
Rooney voiced him. Like,
Oh, well, that
yeah.
changes everything. Now it's all coming to me. No, but I remember that because he had the mustache, right? He was like Frosty with a mustache. Am I thinking?
No,
No,
something
it
else?
was Santa.
No, I got you. I got
Yeah.
that. I got
No,
that.
remember,
All right, I'll
remember
just look
they
it up,
had the
so.
snowman who would introduce the whole thing,
yeah.
and he had the vest on in the beginning.
Oh, you're thinking of Burl Ives and Rudolph.
right, Burl.
Yeah.
Well, that was in the beginning of all of them, wasn't it?
No, that was just
See,
Rudolph.
this just goes to show that they were really all the same fucking movie. They should have just made one long movie out of it.
No, Santa Claus.
Do the re-edit.
Santa Claus is coming
Get
to
on
town.
that shit, meow guy.
Dude, I don't know. Heat miser or snow miser, they rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might as well.
Yeah,
Snowman.
well, that's the year without a Santa Claus.
Right.
No, Santa Claus is
keep track.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Obviously, Ed.
Opens with Fred Astaire playing
Right.
this train conductor.
Right.
Yes.
Comes
Yes.
and
It's like, hey, kids, sit on my lap. It's time for a story.
And it's basically him, though, right? Like, it looks like him and everything.
yeah, it looks just like
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
No,
And,
And then
that
you meet
that
Chris-
movie's
you meet
early
Chris Kringle.
70s, man.
Mhm.
That shit's early 70s, probably.
I think that's older than that.
Yeah, like I said, I would
That's
imagine
like-
at
that's
least
like-
early
I think,
70s.
I think that's early 60s.
yeah, no, it's like
It was made in
Hey,
color,
Bill.
so it can't be that.
yeah,
old.
buddy.
Want to fucking do me a solid over there?
71, 19. No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I'm
what
sorry,
you got?
1970 was Santa Claus Come to Town, and then a few years later they did Easter Bunny is Coming to Town, and,
Oh,
and
I
Fred
remember that.
Astaire reprised his role
Did he?
As
Yeah,
a train guy.
as the train conductor.
Well, I think at that point he's not dancing anymore, so yeah, he needs something to do.
Was he in White Christmas?
No, you're thinking of Danny Kaye.
Okay. I know you're good with all those older flicks like that.
Yeah,
from the 60s.
that was Bing Crosby and Danny Kaye.
So
Right.
Ed, you're going to be doing your Oscar thing again this year, right?
Oscar challenge, yeah.
Yeah. So how many movies are you going to be doing? Do you have an idea yet?
I mean,
How many movies you got to watch altogether?
the
How
nominations.
much drugs are you doing?
The nominations are on.
Are any of them Christmas related?
No.
Continue that.
The
I guess.
nominations are released on January 30th. I can tell you from my list, after today, I'll tell you how many movies I've seen this year.
Do you feel like you got a head start?
We know you've seen everything that's come out up until now. We're just wondering how many movies you got to see.
Well, I won't know that till the nominations come out.
Oh, they still haven't come out. Okay.
Yeah, January 30th. That's
All
when
right. All right. So
Yeah.
Today,
they don't come out till January 30th. All right. So we'll check in with you then.
preparations for an event of world-shaking significance, the annual visit of Santa Claus. Informed sources report legions of junior citizens are making monumental efforts not to cry and not to pout. Meanwhile, letters by the thousands have been flooding postal facilities at the North Pole.
He's the mailman.
Doggone thing always conks out when you... Well, hello there. My name's Special Delivery Kluger, SD for short. Oh, I've got
SD
lots of
for
letters
short.
for Santa today. And every year they're the same. Some ask for toys, but a lot ask questions. Like you take this one.
Why is my penis so small? When's it gonna grow? What are girls like? What's a vagina? How do I get my dad to stop beating me up in the closet at night? Ah.
How about these?
Why do you have whiskers? Why do you live at the North Pole? Why do you leave presents and... Why do you always come on?
Why is my daddy always drunk?
I caught mommy and daddy wrestling.
Sally, you writing to Santa again?
I caught mommy kissing Santa Claus last year, but then it turned out to be Mr. O'Keefe from across the street.
Is a busy man. He has no time
He's got millions and millions of stockings to fill on Christmas Day. So you better write your letter now and mail it.
This crazy
right away,
bastard is in the middle of the woods talking to the
because
animals.
He's getting ready.
He's explaining Christmas to the
His
animals.
reindeers and his sleigh. So you better watch out. You
Well,
better
he's got to
not
explain it to the
cry.
animals because people everywhere already know this.
I'm telling you
But these animals are basically just looking at him like, so you're crazy, and we're going to be able to eat you in like 10 minutes, right? Okay, cool. Sing
No.
away, funny man. Sing away.
These are the same animals who would later reprise their roles on the Christmas episodes of South Park, where the one of them had to get pregnant, and it was trying every year for Satan.
Okay.
To have the satanic baby
Sure. All
on
right.
Christmas Day,
All right.
and the mountain lion was
Yeah.
kept them from doing it every year by eating the baby.
It sounds about South Park to me.
Yeah.
It sounds about right for South Park.
This year, Stan saves them from the mountain lion. He doesn't realize what's going on, and then he's got to kill the baby.
I miss Satan.
He's got to kill the baby on Christmas.
It's fucked up. That show's great. Kids love it.
So yeah.
It's a cartoon. It's got to be for
So
kids.
yeah, so that's some Christmas.
I know we were
stuff.
trying to do some Christmas shit here, but like,
Yeah.
I really hate Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Like aside from all of those claymation movies from like the 60s and 70s.
What about mistletoe? Come on.
No, fuck it. Just damn it, right to hell.
What about carols and music?
Fuck it. Send it with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we're
Well,
gonna do all 25 of these.
Well,
are
I'm
we,
just.
Bill?
I think if we could do this bit right now.
Yeah.
What about Santa?
By the way, to answer
What
Bob's-
about is that the movie? What about Santa? Is that what it's called?
Is that a pitch versus pitch going on?
Or is
here
it
for the
just called
holidays?
Santa?
Ed's got to finish something.
Yeah. No, Bob asked me. Bob asked me before how many movies I've seen this year.
Okay.
To date,
Oh my
No,
God!
I
you
didn't
really
ask you
did.
that.
from my
That was
reg-
12
I didn't ask you
hours
that.
ago.
I asked you
How many are
mo-
left?
Yeah, how many are left?
Well, I can't tell you how many are left because I don't know how many. There
and I s-
Therefore,
and-
you can't
and I
answer the
s- and I
question.
s-
Therefore, you
yeah,
can't
and I
answer
s-
the question.
And I said, "Well, check in when
okay.
when they're all right."
Because I
But you still had to. You still had to go.
I had a number, but okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fred Astaire was about to get into it again.
No, I was trying to make it so you didn't
okay.
have to do that.
Oh, I got you.
You know.
All right, is Elf the best Christmas movie or what? Seriously, I mean, I think it is. I think we could all agree that it is.
Christmas story.
It's definitely up there,
A Christmas Story? I don't know. It's just like
dude. I don't know,
Christmas
man.
Story
He
is
does like a
so-
2-minute belch in that movie after down in a bottle of soda, 2-liter bottle.
Elf
of
is
soda.
just like Elf. Like I don't know. It's obviously it's subjective, but like I watch Elf and just immediately am in a great mood. Like Christmas Story, like I watch that shit and I'm like, fuck this fucking movie. Like why is this so popular? Like
Well,
it's just so
well,
fucking.
You gotta remember, sometimes it's about the times too.
Absolutely.
You know?
I mean,
Because that really is a classic, but it's a classic for a lot of generations simply because
it's a
for
totally
long-
different thing.
For a long time, you only had 4 channels of TV, so
Yeah.
everybody watched the same shit every year.
Yeah, but that movie's not that old. It's only from like the 90s, right?
Early 80s.
Early 80s?
83.
It's running now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing some.
It was actually a box office
I don't know.
flop. That
Was it?
Yeah. That my dad is the only person on earth I know who actually saw that movie in the theater. But it gained its life on home video.
I've seen.
This is the thing Palmer put into the notes. I don't
Yeah.
know if you caught that, if you managed to look it up at all. But it's
Yeah, I saw it.
okay.
Yeah.
The reindeer boob.
The reindeer
I've-
boobies.
That's a big
Trend right now.
Trend right now at school. Yeah, yeah.
Leave it to the New York Post.
Quality magazine.
Yeah.
You were saying something.
Christmas Story. That is one of those like first movies I ever remember watching.
I agree. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's one of those like to me that is like one of the most quotable. You know, like that's a movie like even before there was a marathon, I probably watched about 4 or 5 times every year, and you know, I just remember all of those moments.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's always Elf, The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Home Alone.
Timeless. Definitely, like I said, the old '60s claymation shit.
All that Rankin Bass fun.
Yeah, and I just had something too, but I lost it.
No.
I think it. What
about the Garfield Christmas special?
That's actually funny as hell. But what I was gonna say
Probably not.
was it is. I've seen it. The Disney Christmas Carol, like the Disney character Christmas
Oh,
Carol.
Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Mickey's Christmas
That
Carol.
one's kind of scary. Like there are some moments in
It's
there.
fucking
you
cold
were
out
just-
here, Goofy.
You were just young, I think. Probably.
Yeah.
Gosh, Mickey.
And you still have that.
Yeah.
impression in your
I
head.
mean, I haven't seen that one in years, but I do remember when
Here he comes now, the big
Guess who?
man.
That's the fucking feds. That's the fucking feds.
It's Uncle Jay.
Look who snuck in.
It's Uncle Jay. Uncle Jay has crashed. Just as I'm playing Heat Miser. It probably does. Just as I'm playing Heat Miser, Winter Miser, or whatever it is, Uncle Jay comes storming in the door. What's going on?
That's perfect timing because I'm about to head out for work.
I log
Gonna
on
tag
real
out?
quick.
Not yet, but soon.
No, I log on real quick just to see what's going on. I hear
Yeah.
Franken Bass shit. I'm like, I gotta get over there.
They're
was
talking
like 30
early.
seconds ago.
They're talking early claymation. I gotta get over the bridge.
It was it was like I was driving on the turnpike. I just
That's funny. That's funny. That's great.
Now, was that claymation done by Harryhausen?
All right, now that we're done with the Christmas special, let's get into some Star Wars. Everyone.
Whoa.
Anyone got boxing gloves?
ready, man.
Don't start. Don't
I
start.
was just fucking trying to start a fight. I don't know.
That's funny.
I just like to
do
watch
you want to
people
plug
fight.
in that fifth mic?
Yeah. We'll do that. No. Just grab the other chair. Grab the other chair. Grab the chair by my computer desk.
Well, Tom, didn't you say
bring
you're
that
going to
over.
be leaving soon?
Yeah, in about 15, 20 minutes.
All right, so he's loud enough to be heard by everybody.
No,
until
that's
then.
fair too. But
That is true.
Ed, you're gonna have to knock down the volume so I don't get any accidental noises on this one.
Don't you just shut the mics off?
Oh,
Well, yeah, I do that
Gotta
too.
go over
This
there.
mic's already down.
it
But
did. That's a
so
little,
power me up for that,
because,
and then
I'll tell you after the mic.
So I was going to go with
We'll
you.
do a
I
mic
was gonna
shift.
go crash the rap party with you.
You should have.
All right,
Well,
just
that's
talk
in,
talk and tell me when you're good.
I am good. All right, I just heard a little bit of a Windows sound.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm good. I am live. And
Cool.
then so just you take that mic, you pass that one to Jay. There's another Windows sound, so I don't know where that's coming from. But
Am I on?
You know, I'm trying to
got
figure
it.
out, do I have my volume loud enough for your mic to be heard?
my thing is fine. You gotta kill. Like last week, you turned off something, and we didn't hear any more Windows
Yeah.
notification.
Yeah, you got
noises.
to turn off the computer sounds.
Yeah. But all right. So
you hear me?
So I think Jay's mic is up. Oh, that's
I
some.
got no phones.
Yeah. I think.
you want headphones?
No, I'm fine.
Nah, I'm good. I don't need it.
No. I just want to make sure. Jay, just tap that mic. All right, it's on.
Yeah, it's on.
Heard 'em.
All right.
Heard 'em.
All right, I'm staring at this Rudolph breast. I got this on my screen. So,
Big Palmer's
Jay,
trying to
welcome
throw
to the
you off.
show. Welcome to the Christmas show. We were just talking about.
I like Christmas. I'm a Christmas fuck.
I'm a Christmas fuck.
I like it.
So,
Would you talk about your favorite Christmas movies?
yeah, we were.
We were getting into that a little
Scrooge.
bit. Good ones.
cool.
You know,
Scrooge
good
is
Christmas
good.
movies.
Scrooge is
I was
good.
saying Home Alone.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is a good one.
You know what? The opening animation for that,
Uh-huh.
like that first 5 minutes, I think stands pretty well on its own.
I kind of forgot all about that,
The
actually.
whole thing where
It
like
does that.
Santa flies in on top of the Griswold.
Elf,
Yeah.
Elf is a good one.
Yeah.
That's what started it, right? We were talking about Elf.
Yeah. Dom's a huge Elf fan.
What else did we cover before that?
Christmas. I was in the middle of Christmas.
Story.
Gremlins.
Gremlins is a great one. Gremlins is one of those ones where, like, when people say, like, you know, Die Hard is or it isn't, I'm like, whatever. That's a fair conversation or argument, maybe a little bit. But Gremlins
Right.
is definitely Christmas because that's where the main plot device.
It didn't
It
start
is a
off
Christmas
that way.
gift, right?
It became one over the course of the 80s and the 90s, and
Right.
now it's
Die Hard. Yeah.
well,
Die-
no, Gremlins too.
Yeah,
Because
I think
Gremlins is just as much
it's
a
more
Christmas
so.
film
Yeah.
as it is a horror film.
Yeah, I think it's more than those other movies though. Those movies where they're like, oh, tangential. I think people forget about Gremlins though.
There's that word again.
Well, hey, Stephanie put out a list of truly
Yeah.
Christmas movies
Oh, she
on
did?
her blog. Yeah. So we
Okay.
have to check that out from Brains to
Steph.
Keyboard. Yeah, from Brain to
How's she
Keyboard.
doing?
She's doing good.
How's my baby doll doing?
She's all right.
She's all right?
Yeah, she's like, hey, use guys. She sent us an email.
Yeah.
So,
Jay, how do you think go tonight?
how'd the top secret project go tonight? Good. Bad?
I don't
No,
even know what it was,
It
but
didn't
how'd it
happen,
go?
actually.
Didn't happen. It got
And
delayed.
I'll tell you the story
He's
afterwards.
he's the next James Bond. That's what.
Well, that's
the
what it
secret
is. He's
yeah.
saving people,
I'm trying to be.
He's the new.
saving
He's the new
lives.
James Bond.
saving lives, kissing dames,
I'll show you a couple pictures
and playing with gadgets.
afterward before you leave.
Yeah, I gotta leave in about 10. So
So we were kind of dispelling some of these ideas about Christmas. Now, like some of these things are the greatest things about Christmas.
Like Santa Claus is a fat fuck.
Yeah, right. Like he's probably got some heart problems, like eggnog, like his eggnog, all that it's cracked up to be.
With a little bourbon, maybe. Yeah. Well, actually, a little amaretto and a little vodka.
Right. Well,
Hooch, you need hooch in it. Is what it comes down to.
eggnog is made. Its taste is
What'd you just
for
do?
alcohol.
I was smoking some eggnog.
It's meant to be drank that way.
Smooth.
It's not meant to be a quart in the case at the deli.
It's heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's meant to have alcohol in it.
To be thin it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It hides the alcohol aftertaste, the burn and all that, because of how it is.
Yeah.
So that's originally how it was.
It is. That's funny. It is like a perfect casing for the alcohol, where like
Yeah, right. It's like
the
it's
chaser
like
and the booze at the same
Right.
time almost.
the flavor of it is just designed for it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm usually in the bag by 9 o'clock on
Yeah,
Christmas Eve.
really.
So when the eggnog comes out, you're already done.
It's just and it's the
like,
thing,
don't give me that now.
the whole
I'm not
negative.
putting that on top. Oof.
Especially because it's thick.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That might come up.
Right. Well, that's where I was gonna go.
Sure.
That's the whole negative of eggnog is
Yeah.
that how thick it
It's
is.
hot as
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
If
yeah.
it wasn't that thick,
Little bit.
then people wouldn't be really complaining too much about it. I don't think because the taste isn't that bad.
True. You know what? I never. How about them gingerbread houses?
I've never done that list.
I'm just using it as a story point to go. Well, here's the thing about gingerbread houses. Like, I feel like
Gingerbread houses, you mean?
Yeah. What was I saying?
I
Gingerbird.
smoked one once.
Was I saying gingerbread?
Gingerbird.
Okay. Has anyone else here
Twice.
besides me
Fair enough.
actually made a gingerbread house?
I've never made one. I think I was in a house. I think I was once where there was one. It was fresh, but like that was once, and like every other experience I had with a gingerbread house was like it was made like a week before, and everything was like rock hard already.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't just pick at it. Like I don't even care if it's like the other candies, like jujubes and like all these other kind of like little things that are supposed to be soft. Like no, they're all rocks. It's all like a bunch of rocks. It's just you could build a house with this house. Is what I feel like.
I went to a gingerbread house museum once.
Oh shit!
It was pretty interesting. It
A lot
was.
of preservatives going on in there, I guess.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. I mean, some of these people went fucking hard on that shit.
Where is this at?
This was in Peddler's Village in Pennsylvania.
Is that a real place?
Yeah.
Sounds like something you'd
not
hear in.
made up.
Sounds like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah,
to
it's
stop
like
at
a.
Peddler's Village.
It's like a big. Palmer probably
Yeah.
knows where it's at.
Probably, yeah. It's probably where he lives.
It's not too far from here, but
right.
it's just like a big shopping thing, and
Right.
they dress it up nice for the holidays season.
Sure.
Do some theatrics, do a little
Plays musicals.
hokey
kinda-
shit, you know.
Oh yeah, I got you. Big Christmas town type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, little Christmas towns. Some of these towns, the whole town goes crazy for the holiday.
Yeah.
But so what was it like? There was a gingerbread.
There was like this one
competition,
section.
and then so they had all these really elaborate houses set up.
Yeah. There was like this one section set aside with a room where they just had people who entered the contest put their gingerbread houses up, and before you left the room, you had to like write on a paper, drop it in a box,
Your votes.
which number was the best.
Right.
And there was that one guy who was sitting in the corner eating a piece, and everyone was looking at him. He's like, "What?"
Ed's mom made cookies.
Cookies.
Who'd you go with? Your friends, or you went with a chicken?
I went with my girlfriend at the time and her family.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say, like, if you went with your boys, I'm sure you guys would have been like trying to push each other.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like push each other on top of one of these things because it would break. What else is great about Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that too. Christmas, that's really not that great. Snowmen, snowmen could be fun. They're just more work than you think that they are. Like when you first kind of like really kind of do one, like as an adult, like for a kid.
Yeah.
And
Not
if it's not a crazy snow day, it's like a little bit of work.
Put the carrot in the wrong place.
Yeah, every time. And like it goes down here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they go, no.
Then I get
it
smacked
just
in the head by my
knows."
grandfather.
Right. What are you doing with the kid? What I got to tell you?
What do you mean? We're not making a boy.
Don't be
Yeah.
fresh around my kids, all right?
Yeah, not that this is really directly related to Christmas, but my dad, when I was younger, would always make it a priority to, if we got a big snow day, to make an igloo on the
Sure,
front lawn.
absolutely.
Yeah, I
yeah.
did that one time. That's fun.
So that was fun. That was fun. But I don't have the energy. I just don't have the patience to do that
No.
anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Things when I was a kid, it was a little different. I mean, you didn't have 100 million different things that you could do. So when you did things, they involved a little more exertion.
Yeah, you
know what I mean?
It was all you had, so you were maybe a little bit more willing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like because they used to sell the little block thing in the store where you can make
The bricks.
Yeah. For the igloos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so and that was for kids. Kids back then were willing to do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But we weren't good engineers, though. I'll tell you.
No.
And building an igloo is a little tricky.
Yeah. So you always ended up having a parent or an older kid with
someone
you.
coming in and helping.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Snowmen a little bit overrated, a little more work than and building forts and tunnels. These last few snowstorms, when I was living with Brian and those guys, because they got the little kids, you know what I mean, and all that crazy snow, we pushed that shit all to the back.
Of course.
And just made a couple of big
Nice.
friggin' how could you not? It's basically a giant mountain of snow anyway. Just dig a hole in it.
Yeah, well, you were only little. Me and Dave had the blizzard of '78 to make igloos in.
Sure,
I remember that.
There was about 3 feet of snow.
Yeah. I remember going out. And
our house,
yeah.
we had a big outdoor porch with an odd growing. It was like a tree that was related to an evergreen, but it wasn't an evergreen. It had really, really wild branches that went all over the place.
It was green.
Actually very flat on the top, like someone had cut the top off of a giant evergreen. So you climb when the snow happened. You get you had this giant like hill that you could climb out off the porch onto the top of this thing, and you're literally on the second floor. You could climb the roof. And
it's like a built-in slide.
Now you got that caught tons of drifts in this snowstorm. So now we had like 30 feet. It was like 30 feet up. So if you climb out on the thing, you just jump and go into about 9 feet of snow, 10 feet of snow. So you climb up onto the second floor. My mom and dad never knew about this.
No.
And we just went in our snowsuits.
Yeah.
It was the only way we wanted to get into those things.
Sure.
And then we would just jump off, and it was just like. Like jumping, like landing into a giant pillow.
Nice.
I remember that blizzard, man.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
I loved it. My father hated it.
Yeah, well, all adults hate it.
Yeah.
Sure.
2 cars,
That's the thing with snow.
driveway, a 100-foot driveway.
I remember the blizzard of '94.
Sure. Yeah.
Which was like 64 inches or something.
Dom,
like
still not born yet at that time?
I was not.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just check.
That was '96. That was January '96.
'96. Okay.
I was born.
Yeah.
I was born. I was there.
There you go.
I was around.
You were in town.
Yeah, that was like.
Oh wait,
20
January?
Of '96.
I wasn't around. Sorry, I apologize.
No shit.
Yeah.
So
Really? You
close.
weren't born yet?
No, July of that year.
Oh my God.
Like last week.
Well, like
I was 23, man.
Oh, that's not my fucking problem. Sorry.
my
What the
fault,
fuck?
You're old, Jay.
I remember.
I'm not, but you are.
I was like just turning 8,
Yeah. Okay.
and
Yeah.
my grandparents always had a poor choices
that
of Christmas presents for my parents.
Okay. Fair enough.
So my dad got one of those electric snow shovels,
How does that work?
and it was not a snowblower. It was a whole thing that you need like an extension cord in, and it had like a rotor on it.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
okay.
would just,
Right. It would kind of push it off to the side.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotcha.
But
I remember, I've seen those.
that thing's built for like 6 inches.
Right.
So we get 5 feet.
Yeah.
I think it was broken in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know how you would even try, you know?
You got to just keep going a little bit lower. And a little
Yeah,
lower.
yeah. You gotta
Until
shave
you get all the
it
way
off.
down.
You gotta shave it off.
Shave
bring
off the top.
Bring it down in front of you in an area where you can now work it as if it's only 6 inches. You can spread it out over across a 1.5 foot area.
Use it like a shovel first.
Yes. You know what you need? You need a son to help you shovel.
Well, I was out there.
No, I know. You were doing the other side. I know.
Or a son that says, "Hey, Dad, I love you. I'm gonna buy you one of those little actual like snow blowers
Hey, Dad, I love you. Let's just stay until it melts.
for another $100 more than you paid for this. You get an actual snow blower."
Yeah. You know, if you gave me more than $2 a week in allowance, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Maybe this is the time of year you bring it up a little bit. I know $2 for what I do regular time, but right now it's peak season.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a holiday bonus in my.
It took,
holiday bonus time.
Holiday bonus.
Yeah.
it took me until I was in the 5th grade to scrounge enough cash for a PlayStation 1 that only my brother ever played.
Well, to be fair,
Ed was too busy watching Bing Crosby movies
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
at that age.
and it wasn't a DVD player. I don't think when it first came out. So
Yeah.
not on the first time, but
PS1, no.
no,
No.
that's like PS2, right?
Yeah.
PS2 was when they had the compatible DVD. Yeah.
Yeah, the PlayStation 1 was a CD player
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. You could play music, but not right.
I remember the games we
because it
got
was a
with it.
CD system.
I remember the games we got with it too. It was Crash Bandicoot.
I was just gonna say that.
Crash Bandicoot 2.
Spyro, right?
Yeah.
And Spyro.
No, Rayman.
Oh my God! Yes.
Wow.
First Rayman.
Parappa
Oh,
the
so you
Rapper?
got it towards the end of that generation then too. Because
Yep.
Rayman came out towards like the last year or two of that generation.
Yeah, mine I had Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Rayman, and there was one other game that I can never fucking remember what it was called that I always played on PS1.
Metal Gear Solid.
No, that wasn't it. But cause
That
I
was
was
the best game on that system.
because I was young, you know what I
awesome.
mean. So it was always like those childish games like Crash and Spyro and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot.
Wing
fucking-
Commander was a big PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember Wing Commander.
That's what they fucking
yeah.
called me back in college.
Final Fantasy VII.
Wing Commander?
Yeah.
You weren't just a regular wingman. You were the Wing Commander.
Do 50 wings with a pitcher of beer.
That's why.
And get you laid because I'm your boy.
Just really, how much are you in command of if you're only commanding the wing?
And that's,
You know?
the whole bird.
Really?
Yeah, I got you. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, really. If there's still somebody else in the cockpit flying the plane. You got the wing.
Damn it.
I think they mean the wing of the fleet. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't graduate Top Gun. You know what I mean? I didn't go to the academy.
Still,
Someone's got to ask Maverick.
I did.
Got to ask Maverick.
I still have not seen Top Gun.
Well, then that's fine. You're doing all right without it. I mean, it's good, but it ain't, it ain't Citizen Kane.
Nothing to jerk off on.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I mean, Kelly McGinnis
Yeah.
at the time.
She never did it for me, man.
I just mean,
She's all right.
and plus now it's like so dated. It's like it was never gonna do it for you. It ain't doing it now.
It was Michelle Pfeiffer back then.
Yeah, if that was your
was
that
my-
window for
yeah,
you.
I loved her, man.
Oh boy,
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
So how about
Kim Basinger.
that list, that classic list I'm working off here? Classic Christmas movies. We covered that kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that concept of holiday cheer? Yeah, go fuck
Presents,
yourself.
man. Like,
Go,
I like presents.
I know you're just
Presents are
bullshitting.
cool.
You're a miserable fuck all year round. Now you're being nice to me. I know.
Well, that's the other thing
Yeah.
too. Tips are an interesting thing.
Speaking
around
of
the
presents, I haven't bought
Tips?
a one yet. So tomorrow that'll be what
holidays. You
I
haven't
do.
done any Christmas shopping yet?
Wow.
Not a single thing.
How many people you got to get for?
Oh,
Good luck with that.
yeah.
Yeah, really.
7-Eleven is over there.
So yeah.
Why?
Gloves and hats.
'Cause
I
everybody-
always wait till Christmas Eve.
everybody in
And it
their
always
sister's
pays
ass
off.
is out there.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you have to wait on a line, but it's always when you get the best deal, and it's always like it always means a lot to me when I go on Christmas Eve because like I feel like I wait this long, so I'm pressured to get a more special gift for somebody.
that
So
it?
it gives me a little incentive to like
Is there
go
anything left?
above and beyond because I feel like if I went like a week or two before Christmas, I would just be getting gift cards.
Wow. Now,
I like gift cards.
Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever received
I
a
like
gift
money.
that you know your parents bought for you on Christmas Eve? Like,
Well,
when
my
you were a
mom
kid?
always goes. My mom's the. Oh, wait, Santa. He's not real.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Um,
mean Santa Claus.
But
Oh, yeah. Spoiler alert.
No
but
kids are listening to this shit.
but
They
my
better not
mom
be.
always does the shopping. I feel like,
Right.
and she. I feel like she gets it done before Christmas Eve because
okay.
she's got so much other shit to do.
But there was no like white whale gift that they like waited on.
I'm sure. I'm sure, but I not that I know of really.
okay.
I mean, I'm sure he might have a better
Idea of how
some
that
more
goes?
some more intel on that because
On
he
how
was
that goes
working.
down?
He was working with my father for a while when I
When
was
you were-
little, when I was
yeah.
a little boy. So
Yeah, hard to remember. I think your dad definitely had the thing set up where it's like your mother did most of the shopping, if not all of it.
But
he,
I'm
he
sure-
might grab a few things
Yeah,
for you
yeah.
because he would happen to be going out to get stuff for her. So she was like, "Get this while you're out for him or
Yeah.
his sister." And
Get him an electric razor.
yeah. He's got hairs now. But I think for sure that I know most parents deal with is that whole Christmas Eve and Christmas Eve of wrapping all the presents while the kids are sleeping, and you get no fucking sleep.
Yeah, it's usually Christmas Eve, after the kids go to bed.
I was 7 when I found out there was no Santa Claus.
Nice.
Yeah, me too.
Because I was a smart bastard.
You found the stuff, or
Yeah, well, my mother did something dumb.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean?
Well,
but I put it together.
I put it together too. Our mother actually had a really unique fucking handwriting, like kind of in a way, like, you know what I mean. So she would write like, you know, to Billy from Santa on everything, and I was like, "What does he do? Have you fill out the tags?" Like, I don't know. I was around that age too, and that was like the first thing. Like, you know, I held on to it a little bit because I was a little kid, a little bit longer probably. But I had 3 older brothers, so at some point, Tommy, the closest one in age, was like, "Bro, there's no Santa Claus." I remember my mother being from the other room, "Tommy, stop!" Like, you know, and that's how I knew. Really, was this mom going, "Hey, like, don't ruin it." Wow. And that told me more than him trying to tell me, because I could have probably had the argument with him, like, "No, it's not true." Like, you know, like I would have with some other kid in school or something.
Like, I can remember being 4 or 5.
Right, but mom jumped in and
it was kind of like,
everything.
"Tom, don't say that." You know, I was like,
Like, I can remember being 4 or 5 and just the magic of seeing like presents, and that was crazy.
Sure.
But then when I was about 7,
Right.
I started getting a little, you know,
Right, a little hip
Uncle
to it.
Jay
Sure.
started coming around that time.
See, I wanted to believe.
I wasn't finished,
Oh, I'm
man.
sorry.
You couldn't tell he didn't
10
get
minutes.
You couldn't tell he didn't get to the point?
I saw the receipt.
Ah.
There was a packing slip attached to the friggin' toy.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
I just looked at that. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
7 years.
Santa don't bring the receipts.
So then I started telling kids it's bullshit.
Immediately, like the next day.
Yeah.
You
Well,
ruin
when
it.
I went back to school.
Yeah,
I
well,
had
right.
Christmas vacation.
After break. That's funny.
Go ahead.
Sorry. With me, I wanted to believe, and like my parents had to sit me down when I was 10,
Right.
and be like, hey, "You're the oldest. You should probably." And I remember being like really like nervous, like I have a secret to keep now. Like, I have to make sure that my siblings don't find out about this.
Wow, the
until they're
honorable
ready.
fucking Edward O'Hare. Immediately having a moral quandary at 10 years old about the Santa Claus
I
issue.
remember feeling like burdened with responsibility.
Oh my God, you fucking Catholic.
On that note, that's it for me, everybody. Good night.
That's Dom's out. He's had
Dom's
enough.
out. He's got to go to work.
Dom's got to tap out. He's got a work shift. He's been doing some Saturday night jobs. Dom, Merry Christmas, man. Happy Christmas. Merry, and happy. Happy and merry. And I'm sure from people listening, they're saying it too. I'm sure. They're yelling
Have
at
a
their
fabulous
iPods
Festivus.
and whatnots.
DT.
Sad to see it go. Say hello to all the drunks for us.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully there's not too many tonight.
And
Later, go make some money, man.
Yeah.
They need anybody else? I could learn to be a bar back, make $300-400 a night.
if you need a guy with a bad back,
Oh yeah. Should I unplug you now?
If they're going to be on bar rescue anytime soon, I'll make everybody else look really good. And I don't mind being on TV.
And hello. Yeah. You're up, Jay. You're on. Check. 1, 2. Oh, here's shit. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
And now I'm back. Now I'm in.
But we're switching them around. So check 2. Well, I just wanted to position it because that's the wacky one a little bit. Get a good spot for it.
But he's got to put the slider up. Hold on.
Yeah.
You got
The
the
power's
slider
not
bill?
up. The power's not up. So just because that's someone was doing a little clicking.
It was making a little clicking.
All
so
right, they should be good.
Chiefy.
There you go. All right, that
Hey.
one's down. This one's over, and then we're good. Ed, you got sound? We can hear you.
Bum, bum, bum.
All right, show's over. All right, so I got to round it out. Maybe we'll get in some shitty Christmas gift stories. I got this thing here that's pretty much a compilation of some bad Christmas gift things that happen to people, like this one here.
Like a turd.
Yeah, you know, basically, some turd gifts. You know, like the worst gifts. So
It's like fruitcake.
yeah. So this person here, I got a shirt once that said, "I'm not a gynecologist, but I'll take a look anyway." It was from my stepdad's mom. She knows I want to be a doctor, and her English is no bueno. And I found it hilarious, but once we translated for her, she almost cried from embarrassment, but I proudly wore it for the rest of the day. So this other person here, I had left some video games in my mom's room. She found them and assumed my dad had bought them as Christmas gifts for me, so I got, for Christmas, my own games. His
And
mother-
what do you tell her?
yeah, oh, these are, wait a minute. Probably if you're a kid, you say it right away, like, wait, these are open, or wait, I have these.
Wait, these are mine.
The disc's not even in the box. It's still in my machine. So this is, I think, from a young lady. I mean, maybe not. Wait a minute. A gift card to a lingerie store from my grandma's, but I got. The fucked up part is that it wasn't the gift itself, but the fact that she made my poor 19-year-old brother go in and buy it. As he told her, the conversation went something like this. From the cashier, are you shopping for your girlfriend? And my brother goes, no, my sister. I mean, well, my grandma. Comment on it, like, yeah, that's one of those times where lying is called for. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I think it's that one.
Maybe not. Maybe.
No, because I just fixed it by moving that one.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see what's another one here. One Christmas, I got 18 pairs of socks. I was probably about 12, and I tried really hard to look grateful and thank my parents, but with each pair I opened, I got progressively more upset. It didn't help that my brother was tearing through his toys and video games. I ended up excusing myself to go to the bathroom and started crying. My mom came to get me and asked me what was wrong. She said to stop crying and come back to the living room. She gave me my real gift, which was a laptop. And the reason I got socks was my mother just wanted me to have something to unwrap, because my brother had gotten a lot of cheaper stuff, whereas I had one bigger thing. And I felt incredibly spoiled and embarrassed, but at least I got something good out of it.
I thought you were going to say that he was a recent amputee.
Oh, well, next one, Bob. So there is something, maybe not the next one. Hold on a second. So there is one about amputees. My grandma gave me a bright red undies with the googly eyes on them and an extra piece of the black cloth that you put your dick inside of, the nose, but I'm a girl. So my grandma had no idea that that's what was going on at all, and got me those. I got a book called Coping with Being Adopted from Santa while I was in high school, which was news to me.
That's how his parents told him?
Yeah, I guess, or somebody kind of, cause
I dropped the bomb.
Yeah, someone slipped it in there. I got a
Secret Santa gift.
I once got a wooden playset from my aunt, which was recommended for ages 2 to 4. I was 14, which sounds like so. And here's the one for you, Bob. This wasn't my gift, but it was the most awkward situation ever. So a few years ago, my grandma had her legs amputated. Don't feel bad. Since then, her health has improved. But anyway, last Christmas, my aunt bought her socks, and it was very, very awkward that morning. My uncle got me a giant block of cement once. He put random things throughout the block and then gave me a miniature hammer and chisel set. I actually chiseled through the whole thing and found like some coins and what appeared to be an arrowhead. My uncle is definitely the strange one in our family. The comment on there is like, yeah, that would have been a cool gift if there was like cool things inside of it.
Sure.
All right, so there's another one here. 3 years ago, I got a shake weight Christmas morning. When I opened it, my dad laughed and yelled, "Yeah, it's for practice when you get bored in the dorms," while making a giant jack-off hand job gesture in front of my grandparents. Like, I never got anything
How does he know that
embarrassing.
his grandparents weren't thinking the same thing, though?
Yeah, I mean, once you know, who
they're
hasn't
adults.
seen it?
They're adults.
They've probably seen the infomercial.
I know they've seen somebody going like that before. You know, they, I'm sure they recognize the motion.
I went to high school with a guy who's who
everybody said don't shake his hands.
No, whose father actually had like a bunch of presents wrapped up, and they were all boxes of coal in different shapes and sizes.
Great.
And like waited until like halfway through the day to give them their real presents.
That's good shit, though. That's some fun shit. I like that shit, like where the parents actually fuck with the kids a little bit. Like,
Well, that's up there with what's his name with the
Halloween candy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he does a thing for Christmas too. I think they do. He does have a Christmas bit. It's just about as traumatic.
It is that Halloween thing really is a little cruel sometimes.
It is. Some parents hold on to it a little too long. When I was a kid, here's another one. When I was a kid, my grandmother kind of heavily favored me over my little sister. One year, she brought me a cool set of Pokemon cards, which was my absolute favorite thing at the time. She brought my sister a Weasel Ball, which is a toy meant for cats.
Okay.
Like
oh my God!
It's like for him, she got very specific and got exactly what she knew he would love, and for her, she found something shiny, basically. Like, you know what I mean? It could have been anything.
Wow,
That's like a
dude. No, I know exactly what that is. I worked at Petland Discount for a while.
Yeah, a Weasel Ball. Yeah.
Oh my God,
that's horrible.
That's like a broke divorcee dad gift.
Right, like I don't know what you're into, and I got you this thing.
That's worse than getting a gift at 7-Eleven. I mean, that's cruel.
Yeah, it is. I had mentioned to my uncle one year that I wished I could grow a beard like his. Come Christmas time, my uncle hands me a present he got me. I unzip it, and what do you know? It's his beard in a Ziploc bag. That's just fucking gross and weird. Every year, my family does a Secret Santa on Christmas. When I was about 10, my aunt had to buy me a gift. So Christmas morning, I opened my gift and I find a Christmas sweater along with a pair of my aunt's shit-stained underwear. Apparently, she was doing laundry and wrapping gifts at the same time and got the two mixed up.
Where are you reading this from?
Fucking, I'm making it up as I go.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm reading it from, there's a link in there, Bored Panda.
Yeah. I thought I was on that link. There was only 10 of them.
No, well, maybe you got to scroll more. I don't know. I'm into like number 14.
Oh, wow.
My sister got a bag of Kroger shredded cheese from my aunt. Once.
Kroger. That's the Southern Path Market.
Yeah, right. It's a chain.
That's a 7-Eleven kind of gift.
Yeah, that's like I'm gonna check.
Oh my God, it's Christmas Day, and I'm on my way over, and I don't have a gift for this.
At least get the Kid Polio string cheese.
Really, get the good
A
stuff.
bag of shredded, like you can't
Really?
even eat that on the couch.
Really,
You
it's a
can't.
store brand.
Get Kraft at least.
Really,
Kroger.
Grandma got me a douche in a hospital gown that would make a nice dress if someone sewed it all up for me. But then that was weird. Edit, because now people are commenting on it. So the post edit is, edit, I'm a girl. Grandma has severe diabetes and dementia. She is lovely otherwise. Now she just gives money instead of gifts. She also thinks nurses are trying to steal her teeth. So there's that. They're trying to get my teeth.
What's a good age for parents to tell their kids that there is no Santa Claus?
Man,
if they keep riding it out.
I think it's, first of all, I think it's, if that kid asks, that's probably the time to say, because I was going to say every kid's a little different, but some kids get exposed to that because of school or other kids or siblings.
Like I think
at
10
different
is
ages.
is
It's like the 9, 10 is like the cutoff. Like you gotta let them know if you see that they're still believing, because someone's gonna say it to them and they're gonna be really, because now it's at the age where you'll harbor that resent. Like 9 or 10, like when adults start fucking you over and you start seeing that's when you start to harbor resent against adults a little bit. And you start to be like, yo, why you guys treat me like an asshole? I'm just a kid. Like
Yeah,
I'm just a kid trying to survive.
Come the 10th birthday and that
Yeah.
following Christmas, they don't
Yeah.
know. You should tell them.
Because it's like at 10, like, you find out about Santa for sure. That's the cutoff. And then it's birds and the bees is the next big talk after that, like in the next year or two. I would think. If you end up having to have it.
So I got fucked out of 3 years of Santa Claus.
Yeah, well, you know what, though? But you got
well,
the
that's
easy-
all right, because Ed got your extra.
Yeah, but it's a bit. Some parents say that the downside, though, is also that, like, once the kids find out it's not Santa, then the guilt falls on them. Then the petitioning goes straight to them, though. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what always is the dynamic shift.
I was
always think.
fine with it though.
Oh yeah. I mean, you weren't crushed by it,
No,
right?
not at all.
No, it was like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But that means that it shifts, though, because it shifted for me, too. It's like, oh, I don't have to write this stupid letter to Santa. And then you don't, and then in the end, what it means is like they don't have the same out that they used to. I guess Santa couldn't get everything.
Yeah.
Now it's like, no, you didn't. You know what I mean? Like, I know who's responsible now.
I felt I was in on an adult joke.
And then now you go right to them. You go, Ma, I want this.
Yeah.
Ma, I want this.
Right.
And then you do it now. You do that from day after Halloween.
I used to get the J.C. Penney catalog. Bob probably saw me do
Yeah.
this all the
Oh,
time.
we all used to. How do you
right?
think? Yeah. How do you think you got the idea?
That's fair enough. 3 older brothers get the J.C. Penney catalog for the season, and in the bag is just nothing but toys.
Oh, I remember.
Sears Wish Book, remember that?
Yeah, I used to make my list,
Yep.
man. And after a while, I was the only one still doing it. So then I could just circle what I wanted. I'd be like, yeah. Or I earmark the pages and be like, here you go, Pam. Everything G.I. Joe from page 392 to 395.
And they'd have exclusives in Sears
Oh,
too, man.
my God, the things that they'd
See,
have.
I'm just looking for those Playmate Star Trek Next Generation action figures.
Fair enough, right? Sure. But when you open up that catalog, it was like, oh, my God, look at all this crazy. There's a play set?
Yeah, only available at Sears.
Right.
Yeah.
We're heading near the end, kids. We're heading near the end.
Getting to the cutoff time.
No, we're in the 10 minutes.
This went quick.
This one was kind of short.
It was kind of short for me.
Yeah, a little short for this one.
Crashed the motherfucker.
Oh, this is nice. This is cute. In the late 70s, all the cool kids wore Ocean Pacific brand clothing. I kind of still remember that brand. We were kind of poor, so my mom and grandma made most of our clothes. My grandma made me pants and hand-stitched the letters O and P on the pockets. Looked nothing like the real thing, and I had to wear them, of course.
Oh my God.
You're getting so much shit for that. I remember one year, kind of like, like you would get like Christmas clothes. I guess I didn't realize how much I was recycling the clothes that I had, because all of a sudden it was like, I was like, here where it was like, oh, you definitely got new Christmas clothes, Sweeney. Look at you. Like, Oh, that's definitely. And I remember like, there was a couple of shirts like I wore once. You know what I mean?
Like burgundy
it was
turtleneck.
and it was like it was like the 80s, man, and it was like weird stuff was being designed where it was like stripes and patches and things going on. You know, I might as well be wearing some Cosby.
Yeah, there was still some 70s designers that were still working.
Yeah, you know.
With tea gray, bro.
Yeah, you know, and not even that. Like there would just be like a million like low end brands that would, and it's still to this day, but maybe they're a little bit hipper nowadays.
Well, you know what? Lacoste used to be like a Sears staple.
Sure,
now
absolutely.
it's fucking designer clothing.
Yeah.
Like polo. Go get a polo. A polo is like a $80 shirt now.
Right. Well, I'm saying they were like $4 in Sears.
Yeah, go to Macy's and see the brands. All the brands that when you were a kid were the regular brands are now all the $80, $100 piece T-shirts.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
When did that happen? When did the alligator become hipster?
It's all about the branding. It's like it's like the thing with the pony sneakers or like anything like that. Like there's a point where like it's not in trend, so all of a sudden those sneakers only cost you $60 a pair. All of a sudden it's cool again, and now they're up to $100.
Yeah,
like it's exactly. And I'm talking about like it's not like the new line of that brand. I'm talking about that classic version that they sell forever.
And they still cost $10 to make.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not even you know. Here's an interesting one from this article here. I once got a used copy of Snakes on the Plane soundtrack. All right. Used for Christmas, Snakes on the Plane movie, a soundtrack. Upon later investigation, the disc was cracked. The next year, I received a copy of the movie. I have never expressed an interest in Snakes on a Plane. Just to clarify.
What would the soundtrack to Snakes on a Plane be? It would just be Samuel L. Jackson screaming.
Like the remix of that, like snakes on a motherfucking plane. You know, I don't know. My first Christmas with my wife's family, they have Dirty Santa. And her dad takes it seriously and gets adult-themed presents. But he's the only one. I just happened to pick his gift bag. It's a dildo and a porno with anal in the title. It got stolen from me later, but then I showed them all by stealing it back in the last round. It sits on my nightstand now 7 years later, and I still poke my wife in the butt and ask if she wants to try her dad's dildo from time to time. Maybe tonight's the night for dad's dildo, huh? Well, I was dating this girl. She knew I was self-conscious about my teeth. I have fluorosis, so I wouldn't smile very much. When I did, I tried really hard to hide my teeth. Well, this girl's family brought me a toothbrush. It even had my name on it. Yeah.
Bill, would you like me to read you some of the tracks from the Snakes on a Plane soundtrack?
Let me get this last one.
I want to know what fluorosis is. That's what I want to know.
I don't even want to know. You don't, probably.
You can just imagine.
It's probably the dental version of the soundtrack of Snakes on a Plane.
Yes, basically it's traumatic. But here's the thing, I think, like, if you look it up on the web, you're going to find immediately the worst case of that. Like, you know, it's going to be like level 12 fluorosis. You're not going to find like a basic nice.
Yeah, you're going to find that worst case scenario.
Yeah, it's going to be rotten chiclets. The last one I got here is actually kind of a downer, but it's, I don't know, it's fucked up. My cousin had died in a drunk driving accident a few months before, so my mom got me a breathalyzer keychain. It wouldn't have been so bad, but the card it came with said it was from my cousin. So I see what my mom was trying to do, but it still fucked me up. still very fucked up in my opinion. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. So what's some of the gems that might be on the Snakes on a Plane soundtrack as we wrap up this after show?
Well, we have the title song "Snakes on a Plane"
or
"Bring It" by Cobra Starship.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, we know them on all their hits.
Actually, I'm familiar a little bit with the band, but I don't know what that song sounds like.
We've got The Only Difference Between Martyrdom and Suicide is press coverage. Tommy Sunshine, Brooklyn Fire remix by Panic at the Disco.
Whew, okay.
We've got Mistress for Christmas by AC/DC.
Yeah.
All right,
we've got
your outro.
We've got Black Mamba, the Teddy Bears remix by The Academy Is. What else we got? We got Can't Take It, the El Camino Prom Wagon remix.
Can't Take It, the John Holmes story?
By the All American Rejects. We got Queen of Apology by The Sounds. We got Of All the Gin Joints in All the World by Fall Out Boy. We've got Remember to Feel Real by Armor for Sleep. Bruised by Jax Mannequin. Wake Up by Coheed and Cambria.
This sounds exactly like a good Snakes on a Plane soundtrack.
Yeah, we got Hey Now Now by Michael Franti and Spearhead.
Right.
I'm trying to think.
Like, is there a lot of tracks on this?
There's 16 tracks.
I think that's why they're trying to make their money back.
I don't know any of these bands. We got New Friend Request by Gym Class Heroes. Is this ringing any bells for anybody?
Well, Gym Class Heroes, I recognize the name. Fall Out Boy, I recognize.
Yeah, I think what it is though with these tracks is one of these soundtracks where it's a lot of original tracks for this, and it's a lot of sometimes with movies, especially like this, it's a lot of bullshit tracks that like they didn't know what to do with as a band. They're like, oh, okay, we could.
Yeah, CeeLo's Green's got a song called Ophidiophobia.
These guys got like
Say
one.
that 5 times fast, Ed.
Ophidiophobia, 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 Ophidiophobia.
Now you're just showing off.
Yeah, I mean now you just
sound like they had a 1-record deal with Interscope and they left.
Yeah, like everybody that was at last commitment. Like we need to do. We got to get out of this. What do we got laying around?
Yeah,
play it for Trent. See what he says.
They're on Roadrunner. Remember Roadrunner?
Yeah,
Oh, we're almost done. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun on the way out here. A little AC/DC track.
Later, everybody. We're saying goodbye now.
We're wrapping it up. We're in the very last minute. Thanks for listening. Thanks to Danny, the prank, something or other. Got cut off on my screen.
Should have done
Benny
Merciful
Live.
Fate.
What?
King Diamond.
That's right.
Benny Livewire for coming in and hanging out in the chat room.
Thanks.
Hanging out with us. Checking out the show. We do this every Saturday, buddy. Guys, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time that is in your town. But Saturdays, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Bring your friends into the chat room. The more people in there, the funner it is.
Yeah.
And you could download us Monday mornings.
Monday mornings, the episodes go up. We have the show that you're hearing now is really on the Patreon. Thanks, Wesley. Thanks to John, Zombie John. Thanks to Angel Palmer for always helping out behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. Uncle Jay popped up. That was awesome.
I'm here.
Special Christmas gift. We managed to get everybody on the show for the Christmas episode. How about that?
Wow.
That's special.
Merry Christmas.
That's special. Ed, Brother Bob, thanks for hanging out.
Later, people.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Merry New Year.
The Wicked Theory podcast is heard live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern until whenever. Just go to mixler.com/wicked-theory. Mixler is MIXLR. Sign up to join the chat. Then click the follow button to get reminders whenever the show goes live. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, wherever good podcasts are given away for free, and at wickedtheory.com. You can support the show at patreon.com/wickedtheory. There you can get the after show if you miss it live. God forbid. Plus other exclusive episodes. As always, send your emails to podcast@wickedtheory.com.